What? We're back?
Stop it. And talking about Survivor, no less? What?
What is happening?
I don't know what's going on.
It literally feels like we just stopped talking about Survivor 43.
Literally. Literally.
Anyway, welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the tea in reality. But you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, a seasoned gay. Gay, drinking water. It's over there, behind you all. It's over there. And I'm also drinking Cucumber Lime Gatorade because it's kind of the only thing I drink other than caffeine and water. So
cool. Well, I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea. So if you have some tea for me, you know what to do. Hit me up. And I am drinking hot chocolate today in a beautiful cup mug, you know.
Link in the description.
Link in the description for where you can get this. Because I had to make this for my people in my Etsy shop. So if you want to, get one of your own and join the Cup family, if you can't even be on a podcast, but you just want to have a fancy mug, link in the bio.
Do they come in other colors, or is it just
No, it's just white. It's just white. Unfortunately, it's just white at this time. Maybe later I'll do other colors.
I think you should do purple because that feels correct for both of us.
I mean,
it feels correct for both of us. It feels correct for the branding. It just feels correct to do.
We'll see what we can do.
Fabulous. Well, CBS just won't let us breathe.
They won't give us a break.
Because by the time this is over, Big Brother will be started.
Yes, they will not let us.
It's okay.
It's okay. This is what we signed up for. This is what we're here for, and we're gonna give you the information as we get it.
And I'm gonna be real honest. It's very nice to talk about something that's not Drag Race or Eurovision. I'm gonna be real honest. Like it's pretty nice to have a break from both of those. As much as I love both, but the cast dropped. What was it, last week? Last week, for Survivor 44, the fourth installment of the new generation of Survivor. I am very excited, of course. 18 new people to dissect their every movement that we see on an island in Fiji.
Period.
It sounds kind of morose when you say it like that, but
I mean, either way, I feel like we just can't get enough of Survivor, I guess, and I'm happy to see what this season brings. I have not. This is going to be the first time since season 40 that I have not followed up on this cast and read up on them and and had my preseason favorites. So I'm going to be doing that as we go through this cast assessment tonight. So you're going to get my very raw, very new reaction to these people. So,
and I as well. I haven't done a whole lot of deep diving yet, simply because school is difficult. That just point blank. But yeah, I follow a few of them on Twitter as of right now, but otherwise, I haven't done the deep dives that I typically do prior to a cast assessment. So I'm really excited to dive in as well. Let us begin. It's kind of in our background, but we blocked it a little bit. The 44 logo.
Period.
I think this might be my favorite logo of the new era.
I might have to agree with you.
I like it. It's simple. It's effective.
And it's purple, so.
It's purple. Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy it. I'd have to look at the 4 side by side, because I think it was 41 I really enjoyed as well. But yeah, we have a logo, so that's fun and cute and different. Not really. We have it every season. And our beautiful cast. Look at this beautiful cast.
Look at them. Just
We
looking like they ready to embark on this 26-day journey.
Yep.
And amongst them, one of them will be the sole survivor.
One of them is going to win $1 million live in Fiji because we don't do
Live
post-show
shows.
finales anymore.
No,
Who needs them?
Why would we let your family come celebrate with you? No.
No, why not? You win $1 million and immediately pizza and champagne.
Pizza and champagne.
It's fine. It is what it is. But actually, it's not fine. I wish it was anything other than what it is.
I actually miss them saying we will read the results once we get back to the States. And Jeff runs off and jumps into a helicopter and flies across. And I miss all of that.
I miss it too.
I miss all of that.
We haven't had one since 1939.
Nope. I mean, COVID ruined everything.
Well, I didn't want to watch Toadie win it live in person, if I'm being honest with you.
Look, I want to see everybody win it live and in person. I don't care if I like you or not. I want to see. I miss the whole reactions of. I miss the dramatics of Jeff running through the jungle, jumping on a plane or a boat, and then jumping on a helicopter and flying over to whatever. Coming into the studio and all the people are cheering, and then the families get to react with them, and I miss that. I want to see that, and I miss the fact that they have to hold on to that secret that they won $1 million for a few months until they get back.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, but not that they hold on to the secret, because now they have to hold on to the secret until it airs, which is like
Could you imagine?
Very annoying.
Like I always think about the like prospect of me being on like a pre-taped reality show, and I'm like, I would never be able to keep that a secret.
Yeah,
like I really wouldn't. I would be like, oh, there's something. Like I would be the worst. I would probably get fined for breaking my NDA. Like, honestly, that's probably what would happen.
Yeah, I will probably be the one that be able to hold the secret, because I'll just not talk to people. And people are like, where did you go? I'll be like,
yeah.
I just been in myself. Look, I'm an introvert. I needed some space for myself.
Was it? So you don't watch Drag Race, but there was a queen on a season like 5 years ago of Drag Race, because obviously they signed similar NDAs to what Survivor and all the shows signed, and obviously they're gone for like 2 months. And so when she came back to social media, I think her like excuse was like, oh, sorry guys, I've been in a coma for 2 months. But welcome back. I'm so excited to be back. And then everyone was like, girl, what are you trying to accomplish?
Not a coma.
Ouch. I fell and broke my ankle for 2 months. So sorry. Like, no. Anyway, I wanna discuss at the top the diversity, because as we've had with the new CBS initiative, the cast is over 50% POC, which is great. Love it. Wonderful. I also want to say, and I don't know if you've seen it, Lana, there are 6 queer people on this season of Survivor. A third of this cast is queer. And like an entire starting tribe. They're not all on the same tribe, but an entire starting tribe of people on this season are queer. And I want to say that that's the most queer representation on a non-queer focused reality show that we've ever seen.
That's beautiful.
It made me so happy finding it out. It was funny. Hi from 42? Was he on 42? I don't remember.
Hi.
Remember Hi?
Yes, I remember High.
Okay.
I was on the season with Chanel, and that
Which
was
was
42.
42, yes. I can remember things. Hi had tweeted, oh, what was it? We're the gayest season ever, Survivor 42. In quotes, LOL, bitch, please, Survivor 44. And he had tagged 5 people, and then one person who we'll talk about, who I'm obsessed with already, she quote tweeted and said, "Don't forget the pans," and added herself to the photo. And I just love it. We'll talk about her, but it just makes me very, very happy that, the diversity across the board seems to be getting better. The only thing I'm not immediately seeing is age diversity.
Yeah.
I think the oldest person is 45.
Okay.
It'll pop up in the slideshow. I included ages, but yeah. So here's what we know about Survivor 44 so far. Filmed in the same location they've been filming in for ages, in the Mamanuca Islands of Fiji. The season premieres on March 1st.
Uh-huh.
The season premieres on March 1st. We have 3 starting tribes as per usual.
Mm-hmm.
We have the orange tribe which is Ratu, the green tribe which is Soka, and I think they've been subconsciously listening to us, Lana. There is a purple tribe.
Love it.
The purple Tika tribe. So there's purple, and I'm excited about it. Things that are rolling over from prior seasons. It is a 26-day season. Again, new norm, whatever. Shot in the Dark is back. Despite it, I think, being played once last season, Shot in the Dark is present and accounted for. We are still dealing with the sort of simplified Final Four scenario, where the winner of the final immunity challenge drags someone to the final tribal with them, and the other 2 compete in fire. And we have the reformatted final tribal, where we have an open forum regarding the social, physical, and strategic aspects of the game, as we've seen kind of in the new era of Survivor as well.
So, okay. Fine with the tribal, the final 4. I'm fine with the tribal, the final 3 open forum. I'm fine with all of that. Boo, a major boo to the shot in the dark. I wish they would just give that up. It has not worked. It
I
has not
think they
worked at
will after
all.
44.
I mean, it's been 4 seasons or 3 seasons and it has not worked. Now, if they come back and do this again in this final 4, and in 44 rather, and it still does not work, and nobody uses their shot in the dark, or nobody gets the shot in the dark,
Because no
like
one's
nobody gets
gotten
safe,
safety from it.
like it really needs to go.
Yeah.
It
I
needs
agree.
to go.
I agree.
Everything else I'm fine with, but I'm just boo over the shot in the dark situation.
The feeling is mutual. I definitely agree. But shall we dive into a cast?
Please, let's do that.
Well, listeners, get ready for a lot of me talking and a lot of Lana responding to me talking very quickly. Because that's what it's about to be. I also want to give a huge shout out to the Survivor fandom wiki, as well as Entertainment Weekly, for the for all of the information. They always do a great job. Is it the same questions every season? Yes, but are they good? Are they good questions? Yes.
Yes.
So this is not going in any alphabetical order. I quite literally went in the order that they have on the Entertainment Weekly article for simplicity's sake. So first up, we have Claire. Claire is 25, originally from Highland Park, Illinois, but currently living in Brooklyn, New York as a tech investor. 3 words to describe her. She says energetic, motivated, and cunning. Her reason for wanting to be a part of Survivor is that it's been her dream since she was 4 years old. It's been the most consistent and motivating thing for her, and it's changed the way she approaches the world. She says she's been playing Survivor her whole life. Why not try it in the ultimate arena? One life experience that has prepared you for the game, which I believe that's a new question, which I love. She says, growing up as a queer, Black, Jewish woman, I've always been the odd one out. I feel like I've been playing a social strategic game of Survivor my whole life to fit in, succeed, and reach my goals. Previous players that she will identify with the most, she says, I identify most with Michelle Fitzgerald. I love her social game and how she used people's perceptions of her against them. She says she thinks she'll play most like Natalie Anderson in Blood versus Water. She doesn't take BS from anyone and knew how and when to make a move. There are actually some new questions in here. Wow. Okay, Entertainment Weekly, go off. What will you value in an alliance partner? That's new. Oh, that's new. Loyalty over everything. I'd also love someone who appears to be a bigger threat, so I can use them as a shield or puppet without them realizing. Pet peeves include people who lack self-awareness. Honestly, you can do whatever you want as long as you recognize it and own it. Proudest accomplishment, she says, when COVID hit my first year out of college, I led my office in a fundraiser to raise $150,000 in 2 weeks for the NYC community. And why will you be sole survivor? I'll do whatever it takes to win. I've got the strategic knowledge and social skills to get me where I need to go. I'm also easy to underestimate. These people won't see me coming till my knife is in their back.
Love that.
I like her a lot.
I like her. These answers were very well thought out. Mm-hmm. She shows that she has knowledge for the game. She's a super fan, obviously. Yeah. Since she wanted to be on this game since she was 4, and the fact that she equates her life experience with playing Survivor was very I appreciate that very much, and it was nice. It was nice. I liked her answers. Being a Black, queer, Jewish woman is definitely a lot of marks against her. A lot of marks against her in this society.
A lot of intersectional things that make her just...
Yeah.
It ticks all the boxes, I agree.
It definitely ticks all the boxes of things why people will go against her. But the fact that she was like, look, I navigate through this life every day. Mm-hmm. So I navigate this life like I would navigate through this game, and which is very carefully and, logically and strategically and thoughtfully. I like her. I think she's going to be, if she doesn't fall into that trap of, first woman out, like most seasons people like to go for. If people don't underestimate her too much, I think she'll be able to move fluidly through this game. And I love her answer about the alliances because you need loyalty, but you also need somebody who's a bigger threat than you, because if they decide to come after your alliance, you want them to come after them first before they come after you. So I think she's ready for this game, and
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoy her. I'm going to do my best to root for a Black woman at any point I possibly can. And the fact that she's queer makes it even better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Claire. Also, she is starting on the Green Tribe, which is Soka. I color-coded them so I could remember.
I love that I love that for you. I was just like,
I was not going to remember otherwise. So I was like, I'll get names eventually, but Green Tribe, period.
Green Tribe.
Love Claire. Excited for Claire. We're going to move to Matt Blankenship. He's 27, originally from Albany, California, but currently lives in San Francisco. He is a security software engineer. Words for things I don't understand, but go off. 3 words to describe you: joyful, empathetic, and persistent. Those are probably 3 words I would use for myself, honestly. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? He says, 10 years ago, I told everyone that would listen, I was made for Survivor. When it came to applying, though, I chickened out. Now I want to close the loop on this unfinished business, and I'm excited for the opportunity. He says, one life experience that's prepared him for the game. He says, honestly, failing at stuff. Failing to get a job, into college, into Survivor the first time. In all those cases, I had to pick myself up and try again, and I think the best survivors are defined by how they respond to setbacks. Which previous player will you identify with and play most like? He says, I aspire to combine the listening and consensus-building strengths of Yule with some goofiness and youthful energy a la Marianne.
Oh, love him already.
Me too. What will you value in an alliance partner? He says, I think the days of writing coattails are over. Everyone is too good at the game. So what I want is someone I genuinely connect with, who I can be frankly and openly discuss ways to mutually benefit. An accomplishment he's most proud of is running a marathon. No other time in my life has so much time, sweat, and willpower coalesced into one awesome event. At least not yet. What is something we would never know from looking at you? He says, not a fan of peanut butter.
I hope I have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for a reward.
I know. Why will you be the sole survivor? I've got the 1-2 punch of a goofy grin and a strategic brain with an ultra-competitive hot streak. I'll be the last one standing.
Okay.
I like what I'm hearing.
Me too.
It is not every day that you get a Yule reference in the question. So I'm very, very happy we have a Yule reference. Yeah, I like that he said he's using the fact that he's failed a lot. That's not something that I think a lot of people openly admit. And I really appreciate that because I do kind of live my life a very similar way. Like I've failed a lot and I've grown from it. So yeah, I really like him.
Yeah, he seems like somebody I would like, and I like his answers a lot. I really think they, again, very thoughtful, very obvious he's a fan. I like the fact that people are fans of the show. They know the show. Not that, people who don't really know the show can't be good players. I just feel like the ones who know what they're getting into, it's going to be a shell shock because Survivor's not something we do in our everyday lives, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he knows what he's getting into, he's a lifelong fan. And like you said, he talked about how much he's failed, and he's going to use that as the motivation to get to where he can have that great moment of success, which a la winning Survivor will be would be a great moment for him to top his marathon.
Yeah.
I kind of like him. He seems like somebody who I would root for now. I hope he don't prove me wrong because,
right.
Men on this cast sometimes always do something stupid to prove me wrong or to make me not like them. So hopefully Matt will be one of these men that I'm like, you know what? I'm actually rooting for you.
Yeah. So there's a Matt, and also we'll talk about it, Matthew on the season. I hope that doesn't cause any issues. They look nothing alike, so I don't think we'll be confusing them like we do on Australian Survivor currently. But yeah, I like him. Solid answers.
Solid
answers. Now here we go. Carolyn. Carolyn is the person I was talking about who quote tweeted hi and added herself to the queer representation photo for the season. I'm gonna say just off the bat, Carolyn.
She's gorgeous.
gorgeous. Carolyn's Twitter is one of my favorite things I've ever read. Like, she is so incredibly talented, like so incredibly entertaining on Twitter. I will also say she's an orger.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anybody else on this cast is. She's an orger. I did ask her in her Twitter replies what orgs she has done, and I did not get a reply. But she's an orger. So great. Love it. Yes,
Her name
Carolyn.
is.
Go ahead.
Her name is giving me some scary vibes, but okay.
I'm gonna say it's Weiger.
Okay. Yep.
I'm
That
gonna say
sounds.
Weiger. I
That's
don't
what
know
it's
if that's
going.
correct. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it's going to be.
Weiger.
Weiger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She is starting on the Purple Tika tribe. Carolyn is 35, originally from North St. Paul, Minnesota, currently living in Hugo, Minnesota. And she is a drug counselor. 3 words to describe her would be passionate, open, and this is not one word, but a little bit loud.
A little loud.
A little bit loud. Just hyphens.
Okay.
It's fine. It's a word.
Okay.
Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? She says, I want to share my story. I want to bring the hope. Addiction looks different for everybody, and recovery does too. Survivor is so much more than a game to me. It's the human interactions, the growth, and the fun. Of course, I want to be a part of that. Along those lines, talking about life experiences preparing her for the game, she says, overcoming my addiction and learning how to forgive, love, and accept myself. Active addiction is mental and emotional torture. It took me years to realize my mistakes don't define me. I've worked hard to become this person I am proud of. I know this game will break me down, but I'm strong, resilient, and most importantly, I believe in myself. Previous players she will identify with. Oh, Lord Jesus, here we go. I so badly want to be like, yeah, I'm going to be as strategic as Wentworth and cutthroat like Parvati. But that isn't happening because I'm way more Nora. My entire life,
Nora.
My entire life, I've been told that I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm too loud, too much. It has been my dream to play this game as myself, and Marianne is proof that it can be done. I want to have fun like Tiffany, be lovable like Marianne, and free-spirited and spontaneous like Nora.
Love that.
What she values in an alliance partner. She says, I know this is a game, but we are human first. My alliances will go deeper than strategy because my bonds will be real. I value authentic connections and interactions. My alliance goal would be something like the beautiful bond between Shan and Liana, or the partnership of Christian and Gabby pre-merge. The accomplishment she's most proud of is staying sober for the last 13 years and raising my son in recovery. Why will she be the sole survivor? Because my authentic connections will win me the game.
I like her.
I really enjoy her. I'm nervous.
I like her. Yes.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I like her as a person already. I just think anybody who has the self resolve or self awareness of knowing that they have an addiction and goes off and conquers their addiction and stays sober for 13 years, that's an amazing feat. And like you said, raising her son in recovery, great. That's an amazing story. I'm nervous for her as a player because I feel like she'll be so nice.
Yeah.
And because she's trying to build these connections, because when you're an addict, once you're in recovery, connections and bonds are very important. They're everything. And so she's going to play this, trying to build relationships and friendships, and other people are going to be playing for the $1 million. I just don't want her to get hurt and take things personally when the betrayal happens, because it will happen.
Yeah, I agree. I like her answers. You can tell she's a fan because not many people mention.
No.
Well, I was going to say Survivor 39 as a whole, but not many people mention Nora. So, yeah, I like her. I'm also worried. I have the same concern that you do, Lana. But I'm hopeful. I really enjoy her. And and I hope that she can kind of be that Marianne. Like Marianne did it. Why can't Carolyn?
Exactly.
So
I agree. I agree 100%. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to change my contact. Well, clean my contact because I could not see the screen before us.
good.
I was looking at
Good.
these people like, who are these people? I cannot see.
Well,
So
I'm glad you can see again.
I can see again. Yes.
Good. Good. Let's move to Jam Jam.
Jam.
It's not Yam Yam.
I'm gonna
It's
call him
Jam
Jam
Jam.
Jam. I'm gonna call him Yam Yam. I think that's so much cuter. No, I'm just.
Well, that's not how it's pronounced, Lana.
I know.
It's Jam Jam.
All right, Jam Jam. Jam.
He had
Jam.
to correct it on Twitter, which I think is really funny. But yes, Jam Jam is 36, originally from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, currently
Love it.
living in San Juan, Puerto Rico,
Love it.
and he is there. I believe there are actually 2 people on this cast originally from Puerto Rico, but unless I'm mistaken, he is part of the first people being cast from Puerto Rico on a CBS reality show.
Yes.
So that's incredible,
Incredible.
amazing.
And we hope someone else I know from Puerto Rico is be on another reality show.
Please, for the love of God. Anyway.
Just saying.
Jam Jam is a salon owner. 3 words to describe him would be fun, loud, and caring. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? I want to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing the best game in the world. I've been watching since the very first episode when I was 13 years old, and I want to prove to me that I have the physical and mental strength to make my dreams come true and to win the title and money. One life experience that prepared him for the game. He says, after Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, we had no power in my house or work for 90 days, and I had to lead my team of 20 plus adults, most older than me, and give them hope when I felt I had none. Without them, I would not be who I am today. Previous players he identifies with Sari Fields. She is lovable, caring, and fun, super intelligent, and a strategy genius. I hope to emulate her and win. What he's looking for in an alliance partner is intelligence and commitment. I need to play with intelligent people that want to go far with me. Accomplishment he's most proud of is leading a team of cool people, following in the steps of my mother, getting married to my husband, and creating a home, and getting on Survivor. And why he will be the sole survivor, because the stars have aligned for me. It's my time, and because of my social game.
Social. Period. Social.
I love him. Period. I love him.
I mean, who doesn't love anybody named Jam Jam? Just saying.
Jam Jam! I'm so
Like-
excited to keep saying Jam Jam all season.
Yeah. I want to say Jam Jam so many times this season. So he needs to stay very, very, very deep into this game. I just, it's crazy because when that picture popped up, you know who I thought that was for a second.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, no.
Could you imagine the gag if I just didn't tell you and then all of a sudden someone we knew popped up on the screen?
Yeah, I was like, God, no. But
I wouldn't have done that to you. I would have texted you immediately like, oh my God. But no, that didn't happen.
Yeah. No, I thought that was Derek Fraser for a second. I was like, oh, did he lose some weight? But he looks good. But
don't do Jam Jam like that.
But Jam Jam is going to be way better than that. I am certain, and I'm sure that Jam Jam is going to do socially well in this game. I feel like from the clips of the show, of the trailers that I saw, I think Jam Jam is going to be a very big personality. As long as he can hold his own around camp, I think he'll be there for a minute.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm very excited. Obviously.
I mean,
also,
the Sari Fields of it all.
Gay, Cerie Fields, super fan,
What else can you have? Great.
icon.
Legend. Move. I speaking of icon legends move, I think this is the one person I knew and I was like, I just love her.
Yes.
This is
This
the
is
one person I saw
mhm,
and that I was like, who's that?
right.
The hair is everything. She's going to give me all the feels and the love. I don't want them to do her
Ugh,
like they did Mariah because she's just so Mariah because she's just so amazingly stunning
yeah,
and the hair,
yeah.
the smile. Okay, talk about
For,
Lauren. Go
for
ahead.
our audio listeners, we were talking about Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do have audio listeners. But this is Lauren. She's 31, originally from Port Arthur, Texas, but currently living in Mont Bellevue, Texas, which is, again, city I've never heard of. But she is also an elementary school teacher. This is 2 seasons in a row with a black woman who is an elementary school teacher. I'm nervous. Anyway,
Me too, but all right.
3 words to describe her would be personable, resistant, and adaptable. Why she wants to be a part of Survivor. She said Survivor is not only an opportunity of a lifetime, but an opportunity for self growth and discovery. My boys and I are also fans of the game, so this will be an opportunity to show my kids that they can do anything. Life experience preparing her for the game. She says becoming a single parent has prepared me most for the game. That in itself has challenged me physically, mentally, emotionally, and basically in every single way possible. Previous players that she identifies with, she says, I want to be a quiet strategist. I think my gameplay will most likely resemble that of Erica. But I also love the way Natalie played in Blood versus Water and Winners at War. Her strength and ability to never give up is most admirable. What she values in an alliance partner is openness and honesty. I'm looking for someone who is not only loyal in their words, but their actions. In order to gain trust, they'll have to show me that they can be trusted in votes or by sharing valuable information. And a compliment she's most proud of. Can it be growth? I'm most proud of how much I've grown over the last several years. As an individual and in motherhood, I'm very proud of the woman I am becoming. And why Lauren will be the sole survivor. She says, I believe that my personality, self-awareness, and adaptability will take me very far in this game. I'm also a go-getter, and no one wants this more than me. To me, this is not only a game, this is purpose. I've been preparing for this game for a while, and I'm not leaving without a prize.
Period. Period.
Guess what? 5 for 5. I like her.
Uh,
I like her. I mean, anyone who brings up Erica or Natalie, check. Um, Single parent, check. I'm just nervous because she is a black woman with fabulous hair who's an elementary school teacher on the season after Mariah. I'm nervous, Lana. I'm nervous.
Me too. And that is why I don't, I don't, I don't know because I'm scared
Me
because
too.
I was very much into the Mariah of it all. I was like,
Yeah.
this beautiful black queen is here with her colorful hair. She's a teacher. What's not to love? Like,
Yeah.
and they did her dirty. So Lauren Harp, you're Lauren Hope for me because I hope they don't give you the Mariah treatment because I absolutely adore the essence of you already. You're a queen, you're a mom, you're a teacher. I, I'm here for it.
I will
So,
say the 44 cast didn't watch 43, and I
right.
don't know whether that's a good thing or not. So
I hope they,
I like her a lot.
me too. I like her too much and I don't want it.
Uh,
Uh,
uh, let's okay. Next up, we have Danny, starting on the Green Tribe. Danny's 32, uh, Born and currently living in the Bronx, and he is a New York City firefighter. 3 words to describe him would be kind, passionate, and determined. Why he wants to be a part of Survivor, he says Survivor is the game that puts the human condition on display and strips you down to your rawest form. It's terrifying. I believe true happiness is found outside of your comfort zone. A life experience preparing him for the game, he says, I feel if I was a little younger, I may have answered firefighting or mixed martial arts fights. However, I don't believe that. I believe you can't really be prepared for this experience, which might make me more prepared. I like that answer. Previous players he identifies with, Jeremy Collins. Okay. He says, Jeremy Collins, my man, I hope I can be cunning in the affable way he is. An accomplishment he's most proud of is being kind always, number 1. Being a compassionate fireman. I ran a 34-mile ultra marathon. Pretty proud of that.
You should be.
Yeah. And there is no answer for why he would be the sole survivor. So yeah, there's just no answer to that question.
Okay. Did they forget to ask him?
Did they ask the next person? They did. Well, I guess they just didn't ask Danny.
Okay.
6 for 6. I like him. I do. I really like his answer about not being, you can't be fully prepared for this experience. I really enjoy that. He's got the kindness. He's got a nice smile. Let me just say that. We've seen firefighters do very well on Survivor.
Yeah, we have.
I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm excited.
I liked that he recognized that his maturity level has grown, because he was like, if I was younger, I definitely would have been like, because I'm a firefighter. That's why I'm more. But he realizes that he is older, and it's not just your physical brute strength that's going to get you to win Survivor. Honestly, the physical brute strength sometimes works against you once you get to merge, because people are like, you got to go. So the second you fail is the second you're gone. And so I'm glad that he recognizes that, and he's like, I know I think he's going to be that silent, or not silent, but person that people are going to automatically think he's going to be a threat because of his physical prowess and how he looks. But his social skills and his kindness, and if he's as kind as he says he is, and being a firefighter he knows how to talk to people and calm people down and make them relax and make them trust him. I think that's going to be something that people aren't going to expect from him. But when they see it, they're going to be like, I actually like this guy. I don't want him to go. And he's good for camp. And he's good for winning challenges. So we don't need to let him go right now, unless he falls into that whole boss thing, like the first day out, he's the leader at camp and blah, 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 and that rubs people the wrong way. I don't know how he's going to react. He has a lot of different paths he can go down. I'm interested to see what path he takes and how he plays this game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
We shall see, Danny.
I like Danny so far. I was prepared not to like him. I looked at the picture and I was prepared to be like, he's gonna be that guy. But
muscular white man, shocker.
But
let me clarify further. A muscular white man from New York, shocker.
And a firefighter. But I love firefighters, so I'm not mad at it.
Not mad at it.
Go, Danny.
Selfishly, I'm very excited to see him without a shirt on. We have Heidi next. Heidi is 43, originally from Ponce, Puerto Rico. So it is her and Yam Yam. I don't believe they're starting on the same tribe, unfortunately. But so she's originally from Puerto Rico. She currently lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And she is an engineering manager. 3 words to describe her would be energetic, adventurous, and loud. If you know, you know. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? She says, this is the dream. I also want to continue representing the Latinx and Latinas out there, just like some pioneers have done in the past, and hoping some new people get inspired to go after their dreams. A life experience preparing her for the game. She says, I'm a first generation in the States. I moved with nothing and barely able to speak the language. I had to learn and adapt all by myself to succeed in this country. Previous players that she will identify with, she says, I absolutely love Sandra. I'm from Puerto Rico, and if I can be half as good as her, that means I will win once, although I want to compete in the challenges. After rewatching seasons, I truly like Angelina. She is seen as a villainess, but I love her female empowerment, and her negotiations have changed the game. What Heidi values in an alliance partner, she says strategic collaboration and encouragement from each other when we get to the lows. Honesty is also important, but I know this game very well, this game well enough to know that honesty is very hard to achieve in the game. An accomplishment she's most proud of, she said, beyond my family, which is the best part of my life, I'm proud of a few things. I'm proud how far I've taken my career. I'm proud of all the patents I have. I'm proud of all the marathons I've done.
Patents.
Come on, queen of
Marathons.
patents.
Queen.
Why Heidi will be the sole survivor. I am in it to win it. I want to represent those people that may sound different, may look different. We do not have many role models out there, so I would love to win and be a role model for others. And of course, the money would be life-changing.
Yeah. Again, I like her.
Incredibly likable, just from these sentences online and a photo.
But see, I think this is the thing, and this is the trap that we're setting ourselves up for by not doing a whole lot of research. We can just only go by their words. So, but I think that's a good thing because that means we're very open to all of these people once we get into the game, and watching them play the game will shape our opinions of them in this game. And so we really don't have any preconceived ideas about who they are. And I kind of like that about this. I like Heidi. And this dress is everything. She's giving me very sassy on the beach, period.
It's giving if the red flamenco dancing emoji turned yellow.
Her. I just love it. And the fact that she's on the beach in that dress gives me like very, very vacation-y, beachy vibes. Love it. But she's 43 years old. She is from Puerto Rico, first generations in the States. So she's overcome some language borders and trying to navigate her way through um, this in America. Well, she's from America because Puerto Rico is America, people. By the way, PSA. But coming to the off of the island of Puerto Rico into the mainlands of the United States and having to deal with learning English as another language and all of this other. I think she's going. I hope that she uses those skills that she has and can make it. I am very worried because she is 43, one of the oldest people on the tribe, and you know how, and a woman, one of the oldest, and a woman,
and a woman of color,
So you know how they do us in these games. So I'm nervous for her, but I am rooting for her continuously.
Yeah, I like her story a lot. I like her from what we've learned. I also found out there are 3 people over the age of 40 on this cast.
Love that.
I do. I think it's lovely.
I love it. She's my age. I love that. I could do Survivor with her. I won't, but I could.
You know who was my age?
Who?
Claire.
We love that for you.
I do. I love it. Next up is Carson. Carson is 20.
Wow. He's a baby.
Quite literally. From Rome, Georgia, but currently lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and he is a NASA engineering student.
Get the freak out of
He is
here.
quite literally a rocket scientist.
A rocket scientist. We have a 20-year-old rocket scientist on the
rocket scientist in the making.
In the making, but a rocket scientist nonetheless.
Agreed. 3 words to describe him. He says multifaceted, exuberant, and innovative.
Okay, wait. Stop right there. This kid is already going to try to be the smartest guy in the room because literally your 3 words.
Oh, don't worry. Just wait until you hear who he identifies with.
Okay, just go. I can't. I'm already shaking my head.
Oh, every answer a paragraph.
Oh God,
Christ.
no.
Okay, here we go. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? I want to be a part of Survivor to win the game I know and love and prove that age does not define success. Where did we hear that? As someone who has obsessively studied the evolution of game theory within Survivor, I cannot wait to test myself and see how my unique thought process and strategic background fare on a game built upon the idea of adaptability. While I believe that winning Survivor requires some luck, I think that my intuition and discernment will lead me down a path to victory. A life experience preparing him for the game. He says, over the last year, I've completed 2 semesters worth of workforce development training at NASA. My first semester specialized in proposal writing, and my second dealt with mission concept design. I was the project manager of a team of 10 students. Working with a variety of people from all over the country to develop a formal engineering report was a challenge. Which previous player do you identify with the most? Christian Hubicki. Of course. I love Christian. Let me just say that. Christian embraced his quirks and nerdiness to disarm his opponents into wanting to work with him. He used his charm and intelligence as a weapon, and despite being labeled as the weakest male on the David tribe initially, he became one of the biggest threats after the merge. I intend to model my game after him, but focus more on diminishing my threat level until the end game. Unlike Christian, I don't plan to reveal my engineering background, especially given the perceptions attached to rocket science. I want people to solely view me in a Mr. Nice Guy light, and I plan to ensure no one will detect my deeply strategic underside. What he values in an alliance partner is loyalty. I would love to be in on an alliance with someone who, no matter what, would never vote me out. Though personally, I'm willing to do anything and work with anyone if it puts me in a better position to win this game. An accomplishment he's most proud of is being the recipient of the National Student Volunteer Award for 2022 in Consult Your Community, a nonprofit consulting organization that spans 26 college chapters. After working my way up to being president of the Georgia Tech chapter, at 20, mind you, I was beyond honored to find out how many of my peers nominated me for the award. And why will Carson win or be the sole survivor? Because of my natural ability to push myself to succeed, no matter what challenge I'm presented with, I never give up and always prepare to the best of my ability. I plan to use my emotional intelligence, logical mind, and kindness to bring home the $1 million check and become the youngest survivor winner in the process.
Okay. Here are my thoughts. I'll let you get a breather.
Please, thank
you. Here's my thoughts.
Jesus Christ, Carson.
So I was very ready to be like, this is the first person I'm not going to like. I'm not going to like this kid because this kid is going to be cocky and arrogant and get on my last nerves. And he still might be. But he redeemed himself in his long, drawn out answers.
Long drawn out answers. I'm so sorry, Lana.
When he said that he's not going to tell people that he's a NASA engineering student because he knows the stigma that comes behind that. And I'm like, okay, maybe this kid did come to for real play because he recognizes that you don't want to be that kid. The first of all, you're 20 and you're dealing with people who's going to be 20 years your senior. You cannot come off as somebody who's just, I know everything. I'm a NASA, I'm a freaking rocket scientist. You can't come off like that to 20 people who are in their 30s and 40s and expect to, make it. So I'm glad that he recognizes that he's not going to be let everybody know what he really does. He's just a student. He's just happy go lucky guy. He's just, you know, am here to play this game and have a good time. So I'm happy. I will be open minded. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions and say I don't like this kid. I'm not gonna say that. I'm very open, and he's one of the people I'm just gonna keep my eye on. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, yeah. I'm still exhausted after reading those paragraphs. Anyway, Maddy Pomia. Maddy is 28, originally from Huntingtown, Maryland, currently living in Brooklyn, and she is a charity project manager. 3 words to describe her. Are you ready for this, Lana? I don't think you're ready. Brave, friendly, and feral.
Okay.
Yeah. Why does Maddy want to be a part of Survivor? I get a kick out of doing things that scare me or that feel impossible or that I dreamed of doing as a kid. Survivor checks all of those boxes. A life experience that's prepared Maddy for the game. I'm one of 5 sisters, and I'm the classic middle child. Now, who's slamming these doors in your background? Jeez, man. Anyway. I'm one of 5 sisters, and I'm the classic middle child, social, independent, and problem solving. To survive the Pomia sisters, you got to be dynamic and keep up. Previous players that she will identify with. Strategically, probably Sari or Omar. Swag-wise, probably Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Interesting.
Malcolm. Huh.
Right.
Okay, continue.
What she values in an alliance partner. Someone practical, open-minded, not self-serious, and must be fun. What an accomplishment she's most proud of. I've done some cool things, like trekking to Everest Base Camp. But the real best thing I've done is make the hottest guy from NYU date me for the last 7 years. That's cute. Okay. That's cute. Why will Maddy be the sole survivor? I love living in the gray area where anything could happen at any moment, so I'll coast on chaos and have fun doing it. I really enjoy her.
I think she is going to be one of those people either I'm going to love, 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 or hate, hate, hate. Like she's going to be there's going to be no in between with this girl.
Yep.
But the one thing I do like that she says she's a classic middle child. I'm like, so am I. I'm that.
Mm-hmm.
I know her. I recognize her. I can relate to her. I think the Pharaoh kind of got me.
Yeah. The Malcolm.
The Malcolm that threw me. I was like, what you mean?
So Reed, Omar, and Malcolm are not 3 Survivor players I would really ever put together. But Maddy, prove me wrong. I'm excited.
Maddy, I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see. I just don't know. I don't know, but I'll wait and see. Bruce. No.
Bruce, our oldest cast member of the season. Bruce is 46 from his hometown, West Warwick, Rhode Island. But he currently lives in Warwick, Rhode Island. I don't know the difference, but apparently there is one.
I'm sure the people of Rhode Island will tell you there's a difference.
Come on, Rhode Island. And he is an insurance agent. 3 words to describe Bruce: energetic, funny, competitive. Why does Bruce want to be a part of Survivor? Because this is a great social experiment. It breaks you down only to test you to get back up. 1 life experience preparing him for the game. There are so many experiences, but if I had to choose one, it would be turning into the husband and father that I am today after being abandoned as a child. Previous player he will identify with Jeremy Collins. The Jeremy love so far.
I love that.
I love
Jeremy getting. I love Jeremy getting the love and his flowers. Period.
Yeah. He said his sense of family and commitment. He literally just says Jeremy Collins. I would identify the most with him. His sense of family and commitment. I would play like Jeremy Collins. I think he might play like Jeremy Collins. What will you value in an alliance partner? Someone that looks at Survivor as what it is, a game. I would also value an alliance partner that shows loyalty to tell me if my name is coming up, as I would do for them. An accomplishment he's most proud of, raising 2 awesome kids with his amazing wife. And why will Bruce be the sole survivor? Because this is my time. I will be social and rely on my strategic wit.
Okay.
I'm going to be really honest here. I think Bruce seems like a lovely man. He was very, very clearly, what's the term? What am I thinking of, Lana? What am I thinking? He's not a fan of Survivor.
No.
What's the term I'm thinking of? Recruiting. Thank you so much. Bruce was definitely recruited for this game. Definitely recruited, because I know for sure at least one of Jeremy's seasons is a recurring one that you watch in Sequester for Survivor. I know that for sure. The profile doesn't give me much, Lana.
Okay, so this is the thing. I relate to Bruce. I can understand Bruce. I do think Bruce was recruited. I don't think he's a fan, which is fine. Everybody does not have to be super fans. If you have a game full of super fans, it's going to get crazy and messy.
I don't need someone to be a super fan.
Huh? All right. I don't need everybody. And I kind of like when it's mixed with people who are super fans and people who are recruited, and seeing the recruits learn as they go. Realize, oh my, this is like, he knows this is a game. And he respects that it's just a game, and he wants to play with people who understands it's just a game, So I think he's going to do fine in that aspect. I'm very interested to watch him learn Survivor as he goes along and how he plays. But this is the thing. This is why I say I can relate to Bruce. Like, first of all, Bruce is one of the older people. Bruce is the same age as my sister, so Nisha, you can go on Survivor if you wanted to, because Bruce is doing it.
Bruce is the oldest.
They both.
And hell, the old man won last season.
Right, the oldest person won last season, which is crazy. But she says no. But well,
Nisha for the circle. How about that?
Nisha for the circle. She says no.
Lana for the circle. There we go.
Lana for the circle. There we go. But also, he's an insurance agent. My mom was an insurance agent, like one of the best insurance agents ever. And he just seems like a dad, like my uncle.
He's just a dad.
He just seems like somebody who I know, like a deacon in my church,
right.
A man at the bank that I go to. Like, he's one of the agents at the bank or
Yeah.
the bus driver who I get on every day.
Right. Yeah.
He just seems like somebody who I can relate to, somebody who I know.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't know. I have hopes, but I don't know if they're high hopes because
Sure.
let's face it, he still is a black man. So
We're rooting for everybody black.
I root for everybody black, period.
Yep.
But I also understand how these people sometimes work in this game. So maybe he'll make it to merge. We'll see. Um, if the wrong tribe if he's a part of a crazy tribe, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. I just like Bruce. Bruce seems like somebody I know. Bruce seems like just the regular dude that I see every day at the store or walking down the street. So I like Bruce.
I mean, we've seen the sort of dad stereotype go both ways. We've seen Jeremy.
Roy.
I was going to say, Jeremy doing very, very well. Roxroy doing very, very bad.
But both made it to jury.
Exactly. So we'll see. I'm interested.
Interested.
We're going to move on to Sarah.
Chi-town. Woo woo.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Not originally, but she's 27, from Rochester, Minnesota originally, but lives in Chicago. She's a management consultant. 3 words to describe her would be strategic, driven, and fun. Why does Sarah want to be a part of Survivor? She said, I've been a fan since the very beginning. I grew up looking up to women like Stephanie, Sari, and Parv. The opportunity to go out there and play myself is a lifelong dream. One life experience that prepared her for the game. She said, my best friend died 2 years ago, and the experience has given me drive to pursue my dreams, grit to get through unpleasant experiences, and compassion for other people's unseen challenges. All 3 will fuel my Survivor success. Which previous player will she identify with? Natalie. I'm going to assume Anderson and not White, though it could be Natalie White. And that would be an out-of-the-box answer that I would appreciate, honestly. She's competitive, direct, and loyal. However, she was willing to make moves against her alliance when the timing was right. So Natalie Anderson, great. What does she value in an alliance partner? Someone logical with a strategic mind. Duos can be so powerful if they remain loyal, so I'd also want to find someone who I don't think will flip on me first. An accomplishment she's most proud of is her admittance to grad school. She graduated finance and economics and majored in finance and economics and graduated summa cum laude with a 3.98 GPA. And why will Sarah be the sole survivor? Because I know the game inside and out. I understand people, and I'm very observant. I like Sarah. She seems like the very stereotypical super fan. Her answers, I like her answers. Talking about her best friend passing, but growing up and watching the show. Stephanie is someone that we don't hear a lot of people talk about all the time. So I was happy to hear that as well. Having grown up watching, it seems like a lot of people grew up watching the show, which because I did as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's going to be one of those middle of the road people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong. And all of these assumptions, all of these are just opinions. I could be 100% wrong. And if I am, great for Sarah. I love that she lives in Chicago, period. Hometown. Yay.
We both have people from places we lived this year, Lana. We'll talk about it.
There's
someone from Arizona.
Love that.
Real.
Love that. But I feel like she might be
she could fall into the first eliminated on a tribe
or
stereotype.
She can first eliminated on a tribe or first post merge
the merge boot.
The merge boot. So I know. I feel that. I don't know, but
We'll see.
we'll see.
I think she seems lovely.
She seems like a lovely woman.
Yeah,
Until she proves me wrong, she's a lovely woman.
absolutely. Let's move to Matthew. This is
Matthew.
Matthew, another part of our Rainbow Brigade this season, which I love. Matthew is 43, originally from Pickerington, Ohio, but living in Columbus, Ohio, and he's a barbershop owner. 3 words to describe him would be spontaneous, caring, and adventurous.
3 hours and 47 minutes from
Why does Matthew want to be a part of Survivor? He says, I've been a super fan since day one. I love the outdoors and have always wanted my shot to be the sole survivor. I love the challenges, beautiful settings, and amazingly diverse cast of Survivor. This is a dream come true. One life experience that's prepared him for the game. He says, my mom worked for the YMCA when I was younger, so I was always outside in a forest, climbing trees, swimming in lakes and rivers, surrounded by friends and nature. My unique childhood taught me to love the outdoors and people. Which previous player will he identify with the most? This is interesting. I think I identify with Elaine the most because she was hilarious yet genuine. I would like to think that I will play most like Shan or Ben. Everyone came to Shan and felt comfortable telling her info. Ben was someone who had his baggage and learned how to overcome it and help others along the way. What Matthew values in an alliance partner is trust, and trust. You have to be able to trust someone in this game, but you also want someone who has different talents than yourself, so what you offer each other fills the other's weak spots. An accomplishment he's most proud of is his amazing family. I wouldn't be the man I am today without them. I owe everything to them, and they are my driving force. And why Matthew will be the sole survivor. I have the heart, the drive, and the ability to see this to the end, and there will be tons of giggles and rainbows along the way.
Love that for Matt. He just seems like a lovely man.
This is me in 20 years.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the fact that we have a barbershop owner and a salon owner, like
and they're both gay.
And they're both
gay. I love it.
I love that for them. And he's 43. I'm 43. That's great. Not doing Survivor though, but yeah. I love that. I think I don't know how he's gonna do. I think, I always feel like the male players tend to do better.
Yeah.
And in the first beginning, because everybody wants their strength and that to help with camp and competitions and blah blah blah. As long as he shows up there, I think he'll be fine. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, this is me in 20 years, so I'm rooting for him.
As you should.
Yeah, I like his answers. I like his talking about his childhood. That he's grown up basically doing this, but in a different environment. So, sure, I'm excited. Love it. Helen. We have another Helen to root for. Hopefully she does not get something.
Okay. It is not it's not wasted on us or wasted on me to see that Helen Lee is also Asian. So from the other Helen that we all adore and love. So we're rooting for Helen simply off of the other Helen. Because what of these Helens got to do right?
Someone named Helen needs to do well, please.
And not get screwed by a twist or production.
Helen is 29, originally from Wayland, Massachusetts, but currently living in San Francisco as a project manager. 3 words to describe her would be empathetic, optimistic, and self-aware. Why does Helen want to be a part of Survivor? I've been watching for over a decade and have never ceased to be impressed by how a game built on deception and testing relationships has brought up conversation around society's most pressing issues and how we all get along with each other. It's the ultimate game and the ultimate challenge I can put myself through. A life experience preparing her for the game. She says, growing up and in college, I was a part of a number of different communities and learned to adapt to the norms of each of them, often context switching between very different groups, such as my predominantly Chinese dance group and my American high school. Previous players that she will identify with. Lana, listen up. I identify with Erica, because we're both small Asian women who can be underestimated. Play like a mix of Tina, because she was well-liked and underestimated because of it, and Sophie Clark for her strategic prowess. Yes. What will you value in an alliance partner? Partnership and loyalty to me and only me. An accomplishment she's most proud of is growing into someone my parents say they never have to worry about. And why will Helen be the sole survivor? I'll be underestimated from the get-go and can adapt my game to the dynamics at play at the time. I think I can pull the strings without anyone realizing it's me, and by the time they do, it'll be too late. I just have to say, the fact I cannot remember the last time in an Entertainment Weekly preseason article that Tina Wesson was brought up. And that makes me so happy. Tina's one of my favorite players of all time. I adore Tina. I love the reference to Tina. And I love mixing that with Erica and Sophie. I think that will make for a great combination. Also, I don't normally bring up something we will never know without looking at you. But Helen said, I can complete an expert level of Minesweeper in under 2 minutes. And I just find that entertaining.
He's way, way better than me then.
Astronomically better than me.
Oh.
I can't. I like her. I really like her. I like her because she just seems spunky and smart, and I think she'll have a great social game. I hope social. I hope I hope she lasts for a while. I really, really like her. I don't want them to be like underestimating her because she's small and Asian, because you know how folks do.
Mm-hmm.
I just really like her, and I loved her answers. I think I don't know. I just like her. I just like her. I want her to do well.
Agreed. Let's move on to Josh. Part 5 of the Rainbow Brigade. Josh is 34, originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, living in Atlanta, Georgia, as a surgical podiatrist. So if anybody has feet issues,
That's the man. Period.
Josh. 3 words to describe you: adventurous, charismatic, and ambitious. Why Josh wants to be a part of Survivor. He says, I want to prove to myself and any other little gay black boy or girl that you can do anything you put your mind to. Growing up with a medical condition, I was always told by numerous people and doctors that I couldn't or wouldn't be able to do things like other people. I called bullcrap and have completely astounded doctors with what I've achieved, both professionally and personally. Never let anyone tell you that you can't do something. A life experience preparing him for the game. He says, I feel as if your life experiences will help you get further in the game. As a physician, I meet a variety of new people on a daily basis. This will help my social game, as I must get that individual to trust my diagnosis, explanation, and treatment plan in 20 minutes during an office visit. Which previous player will you identify with the most? I identify most with Jeremy. I will play most like Avi. I don't know who that is.
Avi? Maybe they meant Abby. Maybe they meant Abby Marie. Abby.
If this is a deep cut, I have a lot of faith in him. If this is the person, I did a quick Google search, Avi Survivor. There is a man by the name of Avi Ducker Jones, who was the sole survivor of Survivor New Zealand, Nicaragua. Now, if that's the case...
What?
Now, if that's the case, he might have my stand card. Because the only result that's coming up is this man from Survivor New Zealand.
And he was the sole survivor. I think that might be it. And if that is the case, this man watches.
This man is one of us.
He watches all survivors. He has to.
Was that the season with Dylan? Our friend Dylan.
Our friend Dylan. I don't know.
I don't either. There were only 2 of them, so we got a 50-50 shot.
50-50 chance, right. I want to say yes. Look, I'm going to say yes.
Sure, probably. Sure. I'll say no for the continuity. Okay. One of us is right. He says, I will most play like Avi. He had a great social game and was a beast at challenges. I will say I haven't watched Survivor New Zealand, Nicaragua. I haven't. It's like the one franchise I haven't gotten around to watching, but sure. If that's the case, boom. What Josh will value most in an alliance partner is complete honesty and trustworthiness. Without these 2 characteristics, do you truly have an alliance? Do you? I don't know. An accomplishment he's most proud of is graduating at the top of my class after going a total gastrectomy during my first year of medical school.
Wow.
He also says, in the Something We Would Never Know Looking at You, he explains it a little bit. He says that he was born with a congenital deformity called prune belly syndrome. This required me to have a kidney transplant at 9 years old. He's on a lifelong immunosuppressant medication, which inadvertently caused me to develop stomach cancer when I was 25. I had to have a complete stomach removal because of this and relearn how to eat. I'm doing great and I'm cancer-free. Period.
Wow.
Why will Josh be the sole survivor? Because adversity and survival have been my life. I wasn't supposed to live past age 5. I survived a kidney transplant. I beat cancer. I grew up a gay black man in Ohio. I also know how to communicate with many different people to establish trust and alliances to further my gameplay. Lastly, I'm a very athletic individual, which has only come from hard work and dedication to being healthy due to my illness. This means I can take any negative situation and flip it into a positive endeavor. This is required to outlast all the trials and tribulations of the game.
I like this guy. He might get my stand card this season.
I really do.
I think he might be the stand. He might get my stand card.
He's gay. Great.
Yeah, and he's black. Period.
Wow.
Yeah, he might get it.
Wow. That's kind of all I have to say is just wow.
Exactly. I really have no words for him but wow, because his story is simply amazing. And regardless if he wins this game or not, he's a winner. Sorry about all the rustling that you're hearing right now. People are doing trash. But yeah. His story is amazing. So win or lose this game, he is a winner in life, period.
I'm happy I know about this human because of this show. So, love it. Next is Jamie Lynn, 35, Mesa, Arizona. We finally have Arizona representation again. Yes. And she is a yogi. 3 words to describe Jamie. I think Jamie. I'm going to say Jamie for now. And if it's Jamie Lynn, I'll say Jamie Lynn on the season. But 3 words to describe Jamie are enthusiastic, magnetic, and loving. Why she wants to be a part of Survivor is that she's a day 1 Survivor fan. We grew up watching Survivor as a family. Thanks to our VHS recorder, we never missed an episode. As a super fan, it's a lifelong dream to be the sole survivor. I've learned a lot from the show, especially that anything is possible. One life experience preparing her for the game is her time in corporate America, which prepared me for the show. I spent over a decade navigating different personalities and building winning teams. Relationship building is everything. Previous players that she identifies with, she says, I relate to Angelina. She's bold and brilliant, but I think I will play most like Erica. She played such a high-level game. Her social skills and strategic relationship building was amazing. What Jamie values in an alliance partner is loyalty. I'm looking for a ride-or-die partner. An accomplishment she's most proud of is having the courage to quit a 10-year career to follow her dreams. And why Jamie will be the sole survivor is that she will have built solid relationships with all of my new best friends. Relationship building is everything. So I think she wants to build relationships, and that building relationships is everything.
And it's going to cost her to not be in this game very long if that's all she cares about is building relationships, because people are going to lie to her, and they're going to backstab her, and they're going to betray her, and she's going to take it very personally, because that's when you're very emotional, when you're attaching yourself emotionally to people and wanting to build a relationship. I mean, I think she's going to get the relationships that she wants. She's going to have some really great lifelong friends after this, I hope. But I don't see her going very far in this game. Like I said, I could be completely wrong. I don't think she's going to go very, very far. But yeah, I hope she has fun. I hope she has a fun time.
I hope she does great, because she's from Arizona, and I can't tell you the last time an Arizonan was on Survivor.
I know, and I hope she does very well because of that. And you can have someone from a home state to root for. I just hope she does. I hope she has a great time. Jamie Lynn, have a fun time. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the experience. Take it all in.
Agreed. Next is Kane, our Canadian. Kane is 25 from, get the Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, but currently lives in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
So you went from Moose Jaw to Saskatoon.
Saskatoon, correct.
Good job. Good for you.
I believe Saskatoon is the largest city in
Saskatchewan.
In Saskatchewan. So,
yes.
Also, I hate that on the Entertainment Weekly article, they just said Moose Jaw, Canada. I'm like, there are territories and provinces in the country of Canada. Thank you very much, Entertainment Weekly.
They don't care about that. They just say you're Canadian.
I do.
I understand. I'm with you.
Kane is a law student. 3 words to describe him would be inclusive, loud, and competitive.
Everybody want to be loud this season. Everybody want to be loud.
Christie's influence. No, I'm kidding. Why Kane wants to be on Survivor. He says Survivor is the best game you can get your hands on. I'm a gamer through and through. I've watched since I was a wee lad, and make no mistake, I'm here to play. The previous players he will identify the most. I feel like I have the effortless charisma of a younger and more handsome Tyson, but I'd like to play a Zeke game with a few tweaks to bring home gold. What Kane will value in an alliance partner is pure honesty. The straighter they shoot, the better I like them. Preferably, they will feel comfortable, unable to lie to me. An accomplishment he's most proud of is being recognized as a negotiator at a national negotiation competition for Canada or for Canadian law schools. And why will Kane be the sole survivor? Simply because I'm quick on my feet.
Kane. I think you're a sweetheart. I think you're a dear. But I don't think you're a sole survivor. Because only powerful women of color from Canada will win.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, I get you're from Canada, but you're missing the woman of color aspect.
You're missing the woman and the of color.
I said what I said. You're missing the woman of color aspect. You have Canada, so that'll get you to the merge, but you won't win because you're not a woman of color. And those are the only people who win from Canada on Survivor is women of color from Canada. So, but
The opposite of Big Brother Canada, minus
period,
one example.
period. But thanks for playing. We'll enjoy watching you.
Saskatoon representation,
It
sure.
matters. It
The
matters.
first
And
person from Saskatoon. I hope he gets a tan. I hope he doesn't burn.
me
I'm
too.
worried about him burning.
He's gonna be great. I'm going to enjoy watching you because since you love this show since you were a wee lad, I'm just excited to see you play. But you won't win because you're not a woman of color from Canada. Sorry,
Not
but
a woman of color from Ontario. Let's make it very
very
specific. I'm
right.
pretty sure they're both from Ontario.
So, yeah.
Sorry, Kane.
Sorry, Kane. But we're rooting for you, though.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, I like him. I think he seems lovely. Yeah, he seems lovely.
Lovely.
There's
fella.
no one I've inherently disliked.
No, me either. He's a lovely lad.
And I don't think I'm going to dislike either of the last two people. So,
well, let's find out.
Let's talk about Frannie, rounding out the Rainbow Brigade of the season. Frannie is 23, originally from St. Paul, Minnesota, but currently living in Cambridge, Massachusetts, as a research coordinator. 3 words to describe Frannie are curious, calculating, and zesty. Why does she want to be a part of Survivor? She says Survivor is like a 4-course meal for the brain, body, and spirit. Where else can you untangle complex social webs, perform extreme physical feats, and learn your own limits only to succeed them? A life experience that has prepared her for the game. She says, I worked at an intense high-trial salon for 5 years, where I had to balance the needs of customers with those of 20 Vietnamese women, many twice my age, and with ranging language barriers. I had to navigate very different perspectives to keep everyone happy, sometimes with grown adults literally screaming in my face about their nails. The previous players she will identify with. There are so many players I'd like to say here, but I identify most with Gabby and Aubrey. I hope to play like those 2 strong women with that extra spunk like we saw from Marianne. An accomplishment she's most proud of, and this is not that no one else has been impressive, but she somehow got a perfect score on the MCAT. And that's really impressive. So good on you, girl. She also says her biggest inspiration, which is another question. She says Sophie Clark, which I think is a really interesting answer. Runner-up is the Scarlet Witch, which I also think is really fun. And why will Frannie be the sole survivor? She says, I will be the sole survivor because I have 2 superpowers in this game, enthusiasm and adaptability. I'm always learning and shifting based on my surroundings, and I'll weather any storm with a smile.
I like Frannie.
I really like Frannie. I do.
I wanted to find somebody who I'd be like, but it's not Frannie.
No.
Because I think she's I really like her answers. I like, first of all, Gabby and Aubrey with Marianne.
Great choices all around.
Great choices. I don't think a lot of people don't talk about Gabby and Aubrey like I feel like they should.
A lot of people don't talk about Gabby in a positive way, I found.
Yeah.
I love Gabby as a player. I really enjoy her.
And she's rocking the high waist. I love her rocking her high waist shorts. Purr.
Absolutely. I love that she talked about how Survivor's a 4-course meal for the brain.
Yes!
That I really enjoy.
Yes! I love that. I feel like she really thought about this and has just really just I don't know. I love that she would think that 4-course meal for the soul, for the mind, body, and wow. She's smart. She's a smart cookie, and I think she's gonna go fine. She's gonna be fine.
She kind of looks like Sophie. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at her in the face and I'm like, wait, Sophie? Is this the second coming of Sophie Clark? Maybe.
Sophie's cousin, maybe.
I don't remember where Sophie was from, but maybe.
It doesn't matter
It does not matter.
because we got all over the world relatives.
Yep. One more! Last one, and this is Brandon. Brandon is 30, originally from and currently living in Newtown, Pennsylvania as a security specialist. 3 words to describe him are easygoing, ambitious, and confident. Why Brandon wants to be a part of Survivor, he says, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. Survivor is the perfect combination of physical and mental strength. I want to challenge myself in an avenue that I really have no experience in. By no means am I a survivalist. I've never even been camping, so surviving in the elements will be an exciting challenge. A life experience preparing him for the game, he says making it into the NFL has prepared him for Survivor. I had to overcome one obstacle after another to make a team. It taught me the importance of hard work and believing in yourself even when the cards are stacked against you. The previous player that he will most identify with. Get ready, Lana. I identify with Danny. He knows what it's like to play in the NFL and carried a lot of those lessons into the game. I think I will play the most like Jeremy because of his self-awareness. He knew that he would be a physical threat, so he kept other physically strong survivors around as meat shields. I think Jeremy was the most mentioned, and that makes me very happy as a side note.
I'm here for all the Jeremy flowers.
That's like 4 or 5.
Like 3 or 4 people said Jeremy. Yeah,
I love
I'm
it.
here. I'm here for it.
What Brandon values in an alliance partner is someone who I can communicate with well. There really is no trust in the game of Survivor, so I want to align with someone who's predictable. An accomplishment he's most proud of is playing for the Seattle Seahawks. In case you needed to know what team he was on, the Seattle Seahawks. And why will Brandon be the sole survivor? Because I'm the perfect combination of physical and mental strength. I'm able to fit into any crowd because I've been exposed to so many different backgrounds of people. I will not be denied.
Look, I'm rooting for everybody black.
Everybody black?
And I'm rooting for, and he's an NFL player, a former NFL player. You got to have one in every season, I think, or some
It
kind
feels like at this point, I feel like, well,
We
no, I
just
think Danny was the last one.
Danny was the last one, but I'm just saying you have to have some kind of. Well, we didn't have a NFL player last time, but we did have a Paralympian in the last season. So we have to have some kind of athlete in every season like that. So
Do they just go to the NFL to scout Survivor contestants?
just go find former retired NFL players and say, "Hey, you want to play?
Hey, here's 3 CBS reality shows. Take your pick.
Pick one. Who do you want to play? Who do you want to be?" So I
like him. I mean, he seems like a recruit, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I think he is.
Danny and Jeremy are fairly, not generic answers, but like those are seasons that are going to be shown in sequester, so it makes sense.
And he's an NFL player. Danny's an NFL player. He has to relate to that. Both him and Danny, all black men.
All black men,
Got to relate to that.
No, I'm not bad at that in the slightest, but yeah.
No, I do think he's a recruit for sure. Like I said, I don't mind recruits.
No.
I don't mind recruits in a game full of other super fans. Like mix them up, let them see how they adapt and what his NFL days taught him. And how he will put that into play in this game. I'm excited to see him play. I think he's like I said about Danny, the firefighter. His physical strength and ability is going to be something people are going to be weary about at first because they don't know if they can beat him later. But I think they'll keep him around because firstly, they want to win challenges, and if he can help them win challenges, if he's on a winning team, he's definitely going to stick around. Now, if they're on a losing team, he's going to go early because people will be like, he ain't doing nothing to keep us to win, blah, blah, blah. And, and we know how they do black men sometimes in these games. So,
yeah.
We'll see. But I overall, with this entire cast. I feel very hopeful and optimistic about all of them. I don't see anybody who I don't like at just by their bios and their
Yeah.
answers. Once this game starts, I'm sure we'll have shifting of opinions and feelings about people, but it'll be strictly based on game, which I love, and that's what I kind of want. So I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to see how it happens. We have a couple of more weeks to get ourselves prepared for it all, but I'm excited.
We might do a trailer breakdown because remember that trailer we got at the end of 43. I kind of want to go back and rewatch it now that we've seen, the cast in full. Because if you remember, who was it that was climbing up the cliff and fell, apparently, in the first scene? Was that Matthew?
I don't know.
I hope not. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to quickly talk about the tribe distinction. I did color code the thing, but I didn't put the faces all together in the same tribes. So on the orange Ratu tribe to start, we have Brandon, Jalen, Kane, Lauren, Maddy, and Matthew.
Okay. They put Maddy and Matthew on the same team. Oh, Maddy. Okay.
Maddy and Matt. There's Maddy, there's Matt, and there's Matthew.
Right.
God help us all. Starting on the green Soka tribe, we have Claire, Danny, Frannie, Heidi, Josh, and Matt.
Okay, Survivor production. I see what y'all trying to do. Y'all really are screwing with us podcasters because we're going to have to say these names throughout the season. So you want us to say Frannie, Danny, and Heidi.
Matt, Maddy, and Matthew.
Come on.
Come on. And then starting on the purple Tika tribe is everybody else, which includes Bruce, Carolyn, Carson, Helen, Sarah, and Yam Yam.
Okay.
I like Yam Yam and Helen being on the same tribe.
Okay.
I like the combination there of Helen, Yam Yam, and Carolyn. That intrigues me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Look, yeah. I'm still trying to process faces with names and as we go. But
I'm gonna see if I can get it. Hold on. Okay, left to right, top row. Lauren, Carson, Matthew, Claire, Danny, Heidi, Bruce, Sarah, and Brandon. Bottom row, Jamie Lynn, Kane, Carolyn, Josh, that's Josh, Frannie, Matt, not to be confused with Matthew, Maddy, not to be confused with Matt or Matthew, Yam Yam, and Helen. Boom, I got it.
You got it.
Boom. Well, before we wrap up, Lana, it has become tradition that we name a winner pick, knowing basically no information about these people. So, Lana.
Oh, God, no.
Who is your winner pick?
Jesus.
For Survivor 44? There's no theme, it's just 44.
I'll just say I was almost right last season. My winner pick made it to final 3. So
who was your winner pick again?
Oh, my winner pick last year was Owen.
Oh, it was Owen. Who was mine?
Carla.
It was Carla. Yeah. Carla didn't do bad either.
I was about to say they made it very far.
Yeah.
Neither one of us won, but we picked. They went very far to the end. Period. Mine further than yours.
I have my winner pick if you need to think about yours.
Yes, please go.
There's a lot of people that I want to say.
Several.
I initially narrowed it down to 3.
Okay.
I'm going to say Frannie.
Okay.
I'm going to say Frannie. I think she's got everything it takes. She's a super fan. I really like the energy in her answers. I'm going to go Frannie.
That's a good answer. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Oh.
And I'm going to say history is going to be made.
Oh.
I think this is the year we have our youngest survivor winner in Carson.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put that out there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we might have our youngest survivor history winner in history in Carson.
Okay.
I could be 100% wrong, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be different because typically you know where I was gonna go.
Exactly. You were gonna go Claire.
I was gonna go Claire or Lauren. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, why not? My queens, my sisters, I was gonna go there. But I want to be different. I want to think outside of the box here. I want to think differently. And I think Carson has the intelligence and the self-awareness to know how to navigate his way through this game.
Okay. I like that answer from you, Lana. I really do. I really do. In case anyone was curious who my other 2 shortlisted were, it was actually Danny and Helen were the other 2 I was going back and forth between. I don't know. I don't normally gravitate and root initially for the muscular white men, but something about Danny just feels a little different there, and I want a Helen to be successful on a CBS reality show. So,
all right. Do you want to know who my second choice was?
Who?
It actually was Matt.
Okay. Yeah, I like that choice a lot too.
Yeah. Yep.
I like Matt a lot. There's a lot of this cast. Like I could see Matt going far. I could see Matthew going far. Lauren, Claire, Carolyn,
Josh.
Maddy, Josh, Brandon, Heidi. Other people Yam. Other people I didn't mention. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all of you. But
sorry. But yeah, I think those are the ones. That's my picks.
Okay. Great. Whew, well that's that. We will be back after sometime shortly after March 1st to discuss the premiere of Survivor 44 only on CBS and sometimes on Paramount Plus after the fact. In the meantime, I'm going to direct your attention to the upper right corner because we are currently covering Australian Survivor, Heroes versus Villains. I forgot the theme for a second, even though the host continues to say it all the time. At the time that this is out, we reviewed week 1 with our good sis, the Queen of Nodding, Ashley Keenan. So make sure to go check that out. We'll be covering the whole season concurrently with Survivor 44. So a lot of Survivor content coming down the pipeline. Later in the year, we'll have South Africa. We will also have Survivor UK, I think, which I'm very excited about. So to make sure you never miss any of our Survivor content or any of our other reality content, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you want, you can do personalized notifications. If you only care about Survivor, then you can only care about Survivor. But we put out a lot of content as it is. And we would love you to check all of it out because we're great. We're lovely. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at @thecup_reality, as well as both myself and Lana. If you would like a personalized The Cup, well, mug, but cup, make sure to click on the link below to go to Lana's Etsy shop. I think I got everything.
I mean, I think you got it.
Woo!
I think you covered.
So much talking. I'm ready to not do that anymore.
I mean, if you don't want to look in the links below, you can always just look here.
Sure.
That's where it is. Lana G's Creations on .etsy.com.
Period.
Click there, and you can have your own cup mug.
Maybe we'll do more merch in the future. Shirts.
Maybe.
I want a hat. It just feels fitting.
I can have hats.
Hats.
I'll have a hat for you in a dear future, in like the next couple days.
Oh, thank you. My whole paycheck is just going to be buying cup merch. Jesus. With that being said, cheers, Lana.
Cheers. Cheers. Bye. Bye.